Hey everyone, appreciate you tuning in again. On this how-to video, we are going to dive specifically in the shot clock for the lead pipelines and just the shot clock here. So some good best practices around the shot clock, especially in the new stage here, right? So this is what I'm talking about. A new lead comes in. What do you want to do if nothing happens with it? So there's two different types of nothing happened, right? There's a neglected lead and there's an aged lead. So let's look at neglected leads first. This is essentially saying if your producer who's assigned to it hasn't updated the lead, hasn't clicked on it, hasn't done anything that would log as activity in X number of days, then it's going to reassign. So I typically do one, maybe two max. One day is usually enough for somebody to get on it. So it could be a task that gets created and then they complete it. That's an activity on the lead, right? So if there hasn't been activity in a day, and this is specifically in this new stage, not once they've been quoted, not once they've had a or need information or had a quote presented to them. This is strictly day of first contact. So that's why I have this one set so aggressively typically. So one day with no activity, I want this thing to reassign to all my producers, right? And I can add a tag to it that says it's been reassigned. So that way the second producer that gets it knows that it's been reassigned, and maybe they'll prioritize that one over any other leads that they get assigned that day. So that is one way to use the shot clock, right? This is neglected leads. Now, if we want to look at aged leads is something where tasks are getting completed, emails are being sent, text messages are being sent, but for whatever reason, you just cannot get this person to reply to you. So it's still in the new, it's being worked, it's not being ignored. This is just somebody who just cannot get back to you, and we've all got a million of them. So you can set a time period here. So I like after the lead has been aging, and you also have prior to next expiration date, so you can recycle it then too. But if you do after the lead has been in new, right, after it's been aging, you can still kind of do that prior to next renewal date here. So if you do something like 30 days after it's been sitting in new, it's gone through your entire automation, all of your workflows, and they still haven't responded after 30 days, you can move this into a specific pipeline if you just want to make it a long-term type deal. Or you can just smart cycle this, which is exactly what I would do. So I would smart cycle this guy and bring it back in after 11 months, right? So assuming that they're shopping 30 days or so prior to their renewal, this is going to send back out to them 30 days prior to their renewal. So 11 months after, or 11 months after it's gone out of here, or 10 months, I guess, after it's gone out of here, since it's been sitting here for 30 days, 11 months. And now they're getting emails and they're getting text messages and they're getting tasks created for phone calls. And you can select which pipeline to go back into. So you can have a specific pipeline for your smart cycled leads. I typically advise just keeping them all in one pipeline, but I can bring it right back into this pipeline, right back into the new stage. I can keep the lead source as is, and I can go ahead and select a tag, say not my first rodeo, or if there's another tag, smart cycle or something along those lines. And then you can also just cancel any open tasks. So that way, your producers don't have to go through and manually do it as well. So that's the difference between your aged leads and your neglected leads. Hopefully that's helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.